Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you today with What About It Wednesday. And the reason why I'm coming to you with What About It Wednesday is because I was not able to do Talk About It Tuesday. And I'm actually still kind of getting over whatever this is. I don't know. But for those who don't follow me on Instagram, we got a lot more snow. We got anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of snow, depending on where you are in the city. And so, with that happening, you know, it was a bit much for Boss Lady. My shoulder's kind of messed up, and I've been suffering with a migraine. So, and actually this migraine has been here for roughly over 24 hours. But anyways, y'all didn't want to hear about all that, right? Y'all want to know what's my topic for the week. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this video done as quick as possible because I feel the need to lay down. Like I said, I have this migraine, it's right here. And so I have a light shining directly at me right now. And, yeah. And if I turn it off, the lighting of the video may be kind of, So I'm going to try to, you know, focus on the camera, not focus on this light that's burning my eyeball. Okay, so over the weekend, and I want to say roughly maybe Sunday, I was on Instagram and I saw a post by one of my favorite, she's like a comedian slash, I don't know. She does like, you know, cute little skits and stuff. Some of them are more kind of church related. And then, you know, she does things on her Instagram. And I'm not going to give out her name. But anyway, she had posted a picture on her Instagram page, and you know, the things that she said after it, I was just like, wow, you know, interesting. So, you know, I really didn't, you know, think two ways about it as far as what she said, because I mean, that's her opinion. Well, then I went to read her comments of the picture, and the comments, a lot were kind of on her side. Some, you know, were in the middle. Some was on the opposite side of the fence. So, you know, I kind of read it and I was like, oh, okay, you know, whatever, you know, that's their opinion. Let's move forward. And if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm pouring some water because I'm not feeling so great. Anyway, I want to say Monday. I think it was Monday. It might have been yesterday. It might have been Tuesday. Another favorite comedian of mine, which is a male, he posted the same picture on his page along with what the first person that I saw, what they said. And so he asked for people to chime in on how they felt about it. So I was reading the comments in his section, and the comments were kind of going, you know, one way or the other, or some were kind of directly in the middle. So I was like, you know, that would be a great topic. And so I told Boss Man, it might have been Monday when he posted it. But anyway, I told Boss Man that's what I want to talk about. So I'm going to insert the picture right here. And so as you can see in the picture, there is a man, there is a woman, and there are some children. The woman is on her bended knee, as if to ask for his hand in marriage. The man clearly has on a wedding ring. So that was one point that was brought up in some of the comments where, you know, he's already married, or they're already married. Why is she doing this? That's making a fool out of her. The other comments were, she's emasculating him by doing this. Other comments were, I'd rather be alone than stoop to that level and ask a man to marry me. Then other comments were, well, the guy looks like a, excuse my terminology, but he looks like a punk. You know, he looks soft. Look at the way he's standing. Then they even brought in the kids. You know, one of the kids' facial expressions was not so great. So even the kid doesn't agree, as one of the comments were saying. So as I was going through the comments, I was, you know, making comments out loud because I had my headphones on. I was listening to music, but I was, you know, reading the comments. And so, of course, my husband asked me, what are you talking about? What, you know, you're saying this, you're saying that. What are you saying? What are you talking about? So I showed him the picture. And he was just like, okay, I mean, what? So I did some field research, if that makes sense. And, you know, I kind of asked around, asked a few people. What did they think as far as what I saw in the actual picture lotion, guys? So, and once again, even doing my field research, I got a lot of different comments and opinions. And so, since I'm doing this on Wednesday, what do you think about it? What about it, you know, bothers you or doesn't bother you? What do you think about this picture that everyone seems to have an opinion on? Some opinions that I came across in my research was, you know, I wouldn't do that. As a woman, I wouldn't do that. You know, my ultimate goal is for a man to get on his bended knee and propose to me. Then there was other comments of, you know, why is everybody in that person's business? You know, if that's what they want to do, you know, to get to the end result, and the end result is marriage, who cares who asks, as long as it gets done. Then there was comments of, you know, I don't, you know, another comment to me was, well, I don't really see him as a punk. You know, clearly it shows that they're already married. One of the comments that I did see online, though, was that people kept referencing the Bible. And a lot of times when people reference the Bible, they reference what fits for them, or what you know, certain words or key things that only fit for whatever they're trying to convey. So the one thing that kept being said was, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. Or no, they wouldn't even say that. They would just say, a man that finds a wife, and they would cut it off there. And so I was sitting there like, yeah, that's true. You know, also in the beginning, you know, God created Eve as a helpmate to, you know, Adam. So what does Boss Lady think about it? You know, how is my take on this? Here's my thing. When I was a little girl, story time, y'all. When I was a little girl, and I mean little, I mean younger than Peanut, probably younger than Lil Man, you know, all I saw was Cinderella, Snow White, all the other little princessy things, you know, where you're looking for this knight in shining armor, riding in a white horse, capturing you and kissing you and taking you away to paradise. That's how I grew up, okay? But in my real everyday life, I am known as a non-traditional woman, meaning I had sex before marriage. I had a child out of wedlock. I lived with a man for several years. And then I got married, and then I had the baby and whatever, you know. So everything I did was non-traditional. You know, I didn't complete my college education until well into my, Lord, how old was I? I was, what, 30? Well, no, I had Peanut at 30. So I must have been 32, 33 when I finished my college degree. So, you know, as I'm saying, you know, I did everything non-traditional. I remember even applying for college when I was in high school, and because they knew I had a child, they automatically checked the box, non-traditional student. You know, so I had all these labels on me, okay? So how I dreamed as a little girl, like 5, 6 years old, compared to how my life turned out, totally opposite. Now, how does marriage fall into that? How do I feel about this picture that I'm seeing? Okay. Clearly it looks like they're at some type of like function, barbecue, maybe out in their backyard, just kicking it, chilling, whatever. And they're having fun. You know, to me, that picture, it doesn't look like she's actually asking him to marry her. Because granted, he does have a ring on in the picture, so I'm assuming that is her husband and that's not somebody else's husband. You know what I mean? So it's like they're just having fun. But how do I feel about it in the scheme of things? I tend to side with the person who said, you know, what does it matter as long as it get done? There comes a time where sometimes, you know, men may need that extra push. I don't know. We're in 2018. This is not the 1800s. This is not 1946. This is not 1922. You know, and if we really want to be clear, back during slavery time, where you weren't allowed, you know, black folks wasn't allowed to get married, all they did was jump a broom. And when they jumped the broom, they were husband and wife. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not so much that, oh, the guy got on his knee or whatever. Is I want to be with you. You want to be with me. Okay, we're going to do this. We're not allowed to. We're just going to jump over this broom. This is my husband. This is my wife. And then, you know, truth be told, they probably got sold off from each other anyway. So, I'm not so traditional. I mean, I have a lot of traditional beliefs and traditional ways, but I'm not so traditional that if a woman asks a man to marry her, that it's wrong. I guess it would be wrong if she asked and the man was like, no, let's just still, you know, do what we're doing. Then that right there, that's wrong. But, you know, if she feels the need to, you know, ask him and he feels the need to say, yes, let's do this, so be it. So that's how Boss Lady feels about it. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm sorry, but this migraine, I swear, it's like, I feel like it's a sponge and it's taking all the whatever out my system. So I got a dry mouth. But anyway, so that's how I feel about that picture. I don't feel that it's wrong. You know, like I said, to me, the picture looks like they were, you know, outside just playing around. I mean, who cares? Honestly, at the end of the day, and I will even tell you what Bossman said. Bossman said, why are people in everybody else's business? You know, who cares who asks as long as it gets done? And that's my take on it too. You know, why do you care? You know, but there are a lot of women that I have come across where they are set in stone that the man needs to propose to them. He needs to get on bended knee. He needs to have all these flowers everywhere. He needs to make a big spectacle of things. He proposes, they get married, and 2.5 years later, they're divorced. But then the woman who asked the man, like, you know, you be my husband, I'll be your wife, and things, you know, then they married for 10 plus years, and folks try to figure out, well, how did that happen? I don't know. So, I mean, but there's nothing wrong with the man asking. I don't want to be like I'm some feminist and, you know, oh, it's time for liberation and women need to be able to blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't see nothing wrong with what, you know, if she was proposing to him, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I don't see nothing wrong with the man proposing. I don't see nothing wrong with, you know, not having a big spectacle of a wedding either. But of course, some people are more, you know, need to have the parents pay for everything and, you know, so, but that's Boss Lady's take on it. But that's because I'm a non-traditionalist. You know, I have traditional ways, but, you know, a lot of my lifestyle is non-traditional. So, but that's what I wanted to talk about on What About It Wednesday. So comment below, tell me what you think about that picture, and I'll post it again right here so you're able to look at it, and I'll keep it up for a little bit so you're able to, able to look at it and just kind of really study the picture and, you know, see if you see something else in the picture that I didn't see. I thought it was quite interesting, though, you know, two different comedians, male, female, and the different comments that came in. I thought it was very, very interesting. I will say this before I wrap it up. I know a lot of single women who think the way that the female comedian thinks. You know, they want the knight in shining armor. They want somebody riding on a white horse. They want somebody making 6 figures. He's got to be a chef. He's got to be a maid. He's got to be the customer service rep and, you know, drive the kids back and forth to school and, you know, shower them with gifts and flowers and candies. And I know people exactly like that. They're still single. And I've known these people, a lot of these women, 10 plus years, and they're still single. And then they look at me and they go, well, how is it that, you know, you're married? How is it that you've been together so long? You've been together, 25 years come April 21st, you know, and married 13 years come August 26th. How is it that you guys are still together? When we see people turning over husbands, turning over wives, like they changing their clothes. How is it, what is it about you and Boss Man that's working? Only thing I can tell you, I am a praying woman, okay? I honor my husband. You know, he's right under God. It's like there's God and there's my husband, then the rest of my family. You know what I'm saying? So I honor him. I do submit to my husband. Another thing is we pride ourselves on respecting each other. We had to learn a lot about each other. So those first 12 years of our 25, it was a lot of learning. It was a lot of learning. I mean, I had baggage. He had some baggage. You know, we had to work through some things. You know, even after saying I do, there was one component that we never dreamed about, that we didn't even think to work through until it hit us smack dab in the face. Like, boom, here it is. What you gonna do now? So, you know, and it was some trying times. You know, I'm not going to sit and say, oh, you know, Boss Land's peaches and cream. No, we struggle like everybody else. We argue like everybody else. And if you don't argue, if you don't have a disagreement in your marriage, something's wrong. Because that means somebody tipping somewhere. I'm just saying, everything is not always peaches and cream. So, you know, but now we know how to argue without demeaning each other, without hurting each other, without disrespecting one another. It's taken a lot of learning. It's taken a lot of trial and error. It's taken a lot of, okay, I'm going to sleep on the couch tonight because that argument took me there. You know, that type of thing. But that's how we've been able to work through things. And like I said, I'm a praying woman. So when I see things going left, I'm like, all right, Holy Ghost, I need you to come on up in here because that devil, he done stepped his foot in my house. You know, another thing is not telling people our business. Keeping whatever's going on within these walls, I know for myself, and I will be transparent, I was one who always wanted to tell a girlfriend about what's going on. And sometimes you got to be careful because that girlfriend, you tell her in her ear and her mouth is running. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of who you talk to about your situation. And really, you should be talking to your spouse and not to outside influences unless they are covered by the, well, I'm not going to go spiritual. Let me roll that back. Okay. I'll put it this way. Unless you know for no shadow of a doubt that those people are the right type of person, you don't need to be, you know, telling folks your business. They need to be like-minded. Let me put it that way. So that be that. That's, I guess you would say, the story or, you know, the secret to Boss Land. I know a lot of people get kind of offended, you know, kind of get irritated because I'm always Boss Man this and Boss Man that. But you know what? Boss Man is my best friend. Boss Man is the love of my life. He is my knight in shining armor. And yes, he didn't come in riding on a white horse, but baby, he came in with a Cadillac and it was just fine. Okay? So, I had to put that joke in there. Laugh, y'all. I need y'all to laugh because I don't feel good. So, y'all need to laugh for me. Okay? So, but that's how I feel, you know, as far as that picture is concerned and, you know, how things are with us. You know, we do our date nights and sometimes, you know, we'll get in an extra little date night, you know, since I wasn't feeling well, you know, Boss Man was like, you want to watch some movies? Sure. I was watching movies like this. I could hear it. I could see out one eye, you know what I'm saying? Because this eye right here is just killing me, but that's what we did. You know, he got up, he cooked dinner because he knew I couldn't. You know, I was stuck. I mean, glued to the couch. So, but that's, you know, it's a give and take. It's a partnership, you know. Everything is not 50-50. Everything is 100, okay? So that's one thing that people need to understand, too. People think that when you're in a relationship, everything's 50-50. It shouldn't be 60-40 or, 30-70 or 80-20. No, it should be 100% bottom line. So, with that being said, y'all, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great night. I will be bringing some more spring cleaning videos to you once I'm feeling better. But right now, I got to disconnect from this girlfriend and lay it down. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.